Estudiantes, estamos en la página 18 del libro de texto, el vocabulario esencial. Aquí tenemos las palabras que tenemos que memorizar y aprender y usar y producir para este capítulo. Memorizar, aprender, producir para este capítulo. So the question is, how do we memorize and learn and understand and be able to produce these kinds of things? Now, you've been learning all throughout your life. You have developed strategies that work for you to learn, and that's what makes you successful. That's what makes you be in a position to be able to take these types of courses. So the question is, what are those learning strategies? We use our different senses, and some of us have preferences, learning preferences. Those like to listen, like better. Some of us like to speak, and by speaking the things that we're learning, that helps us to learn. Others like to see, and that works best for us. And also there's that whole physical element of learning that is obviously often involved in learning a language, which is what we certainly what we did as part of our learning our first language, and it would be wise to use that for our second or whatever language this is that we're learning. One thing that we'd like to mention about memorizing is that if you're doing flashcards, which is a reasonable thing to do, consider using pictures as much as possible versus Spanish on one side, English on the other. In other words, let's separate the idea of this word equals this word. Rather, as we work on this new language, this our second language, we're going to associate as much as we can the this new word with the image, the thing, the idea that we already know. We've already associated a word with that. Also, as you're developing your flashcards, consider using synonyms as you develop your word power. Use synonyms as the prompt or the answer of the particular vocabulary word, again, as opposed to using an English word. And this will help you associate the language with the images and not make it kind of a translation idea. So obviously with numbers, which is one of those, that's easy enough to do and not associate words with that, etc. Sometimes it's a little harder to associate a picture, for example, with cuantos, but I'm sure with a little imagination you can do that. Well, those are just the comments that we had, and again, this is the active vocabulary for the chapter. You have the audio source by going out to the Places for website that you can listen to that. You want to speak, and if there's any interaction that you can do of a physical nature, that will also help you to better remember and retain and produce all of these new words and phrases.